Hey, it's Tara with Reiki on the Run. Welcome to week 4 of this General Wellbeing Mantra Monday series. This last week, repeating the mantra, I expect the best, has made a definite positive impact on me. I can feel my body and mind shifting and preparing for good things. And one thing I wanted to point out, in case you've experienced it too, is that as we level off and start to raise our base frequency, it will seem more dramatic when we drop back down. So when you find yourself dropping back into an old behavior or thought pattern you don't want to be in, because it's such a drop from where you have now raised your core vibration to be, it can feel way worse than it used to. And it's good to just be aware of this, acknowledge it, and don't focus on it too much because you don't want to stay there. It takes a while to move up levels, and you will always rise and fall. Just know that it only feels worse because it's such a contrast from where you have been. So if you find yourself dropping back into the lower vibration for whatever reason, repeating it just is over and over again will help you pull out of it. I just want to make you aware of that because it's something I experienced this week, so I'm sure some of you have as well. Don't be hard on yourself. Focus on the prize. You are doing great. And I would love to hear any experiences you have had in the last week in the comments section below. So this week's mantra is, I find joy in everything. Now that we have leveled out and then shifted ourselves in the direction we want to head, it's time to rise. Vibrationally speaking, joy is one of the highest emotions you can feel. It's on the same level as appreciation and love. And this should always be your goal, to be in joy. And this is a good way to practice getting there. A lot of times we get stuck believing that if we had a certain thing or situation, we would then be happy or joyful. But that's not the way it works. You have to find the joy now to get those situations and things later. So when should you use this mantra? All the time. If you do nothing else as a result of this series, do this. Let this be your mantra for life. So if you are standing in a long line at the coffee shop and you're in a hurry, say this mantra and then do it. Find the joy. Maybe in that instance, you could revel in the smell of the coffee while you wait. Now, when you get your bills in the mail and you want to cry and feel sorry for yourself because you don't know how you're going to pay them, just think about how having a place to rest your head every night brings you joy. If you look, you can find joy in anything. If you start thinking about how much you miss a deceased loved one, think back to some good times you had and remember the joy. I promise you can find joy if you look for it. As with everything, whatever we intend to find, we will. So make it a priority to find the joy, and your life will change like never before. And don't wait to only try to find the joy when things are looking bad. In every situation, look for the joy. You attract more of what you feel, so if you continue to look for and feel joy, guess what? More joyful situations will be attracted to you. So use this mantra liberally. For the purpose of this being the mantra of the week, say this as often as you can this week. Follow it up with the action of finding the joy. And also do the mantra with me for 5 minutes a day, or set a timer and say or think the mantra by yourself for 5 minutes every day. Before we start, I'd like to read this quote from Esther Hicks. If you haven't listened to her information, give it a go. My life has shifted so much from her teachings. I will say that for a long time, I thought she was a total quack and scam artist. So if she does not resonate with you, don't worry about it. Maybe she will at another time, or maybe she won't. Take what works for you and leave the rest. Either way, this quote is true and amazing and relevant to this week's mantra. Here it is. There is no desire that anyone holds for any other reason than that they believe they will feel better in the achievement of it. Whether it is a material object, a physical state of being, a relationship, a condition, or a circumstance. At the heart of every desire is the desire to feel good. And so, the standard of success in life is not the things or the money. The standard of success is absolutely the amount of joy you feel. And with that, we'll start the mantra. Now would be a good time to pause if you need to get situated. So let's take 3 full deep breaths. I find joy in everything. 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 We are complete. Namaste.